Hi everyone, thank you for being here. My name is Melissa, and today I'd like to talk about the overall energies that are surrounding the collective consciousness. And yesterday was April 11th, and we had a new moon in Aries, and currently we're in Aries season. And for those of you who don't know, Aries actually kicks off the new astrological year. And so this is a very good time for new beginnings and, just taking action, where previously we were in Pisces season and it was very much inward and all about inward processing. Now we're with the Aries energy, we're starting to be more in our warrior nature. And so the way I was feeling this energy was I was feeling quite tired, and normally this time of year, like I feel like the energy is like super amped and and I think you guys would all agree with me that the energy is different because of COVID, but this is what we're working with right now. And so the way I was feeling it was that I was more tired, and I was very much inward, but at the same time, like in my mind, I was like really processing the future and all the things that I want to accomplish and everything that I want to start putting my focus on. And so, but I think that it's important with the energy that we really remain grounded, and that we understand that this is, like I'm hearing, Rome wasn't built in a day. So I think that there's a lot of restlessness among people because we've been so suppressed for quite some time now, and a lot of people are just feeling really restless, and that's completely understandable. But at the same time, we have to really acknowledge where we're at and try to maneuver and move with the energy that we're undergoing, and that we can't rush it. We have to just find a peaceful ease to it. So yesterday I pulled a few runes, and it was actually quite interesting, the runes that I pulled. So this is actually the warrior rune, and this symbol was a symbol that the Vikings painted on their shields as a sign of protection, as a symbol of protection. And then I received this symbol, or this is disruption, and this is strength. So the way I'm seeing this is that our belief systems and the way we've been going about our lives, we're being disrupted. Things are very much changing, and they're changing in a very, very big way. And as much as we don't want the change, or some of us don't want the change, or we feel uncomfortable, it's going to happen whether we want it or not. And when we learn to surrender, and we start to believe in the possibilities, and we start to embrace the new beginnings, then we're able to move through these processes with greater ease. And so the thing about the warrior energy is, the warrior becomes wounded. And when he's in these battles, they're putting all of this energy and exerting all of this power to fight their component. And essentially, like right now, like with everything that's happening in the world, there's so much, there's such a battle going on. But what we have to remember is the battle begins within. And when we can master our energy and our mind, and I'm hearing the word manipulate, because we essentially have to like manipulate our mind into like, it's like the brain hacks. So we have to somehow find different ways to see things differently so that we can move through this energy more effectively. And part of that is understanding that the warrior becomes wounded. And when the warrior is wounded, the warrior has to take time to heal. And so even though there's probably a lot of this restlessness and uneasiness, it's important that we understand that right now we're in the healing process, and that we're preparing for the new phase. You know, we're clearing out the whole astrological new year before, and now we're in this new year. And even though, like with the Aries energy, it's the warrior, and you know, it's the Mars, the fire. Like Mars is the fastest moving planet in our solar system, is very fiery, and Aries is associated with the warrior. And so, and then it's the new season in the spring. And so it's like there's just feeling of just like wanting to, you know, just get on with it, but we're being held back. And there's a reason for this, because we have to reestablish our footing, and we have to recharge ourselves, and we have to heal our woundings. Because if we don't, then the disruption is going to become even more, it's going to be a devastating disruption. Like, we want disruption where it's actually taking us into like the development, you know, like it's like envisioning, you know, you have a structure and you just want to start fresh. So you have to, you know, you have to set dynamite, and you have to just, you know, knock it over and let it crumble. And then you have to begin anew. So right now it's all about trust, and it's about breaking free from our belief systems that are the belief systems that are not supporting us. You know, it's like the strength. Here's the other rune. So the strength is about having the strength, and there's strength in surrender. You know, when you're been trained to be the warrior and you're being asked to surrender, that takes a lot of strength. That probably takes more strength than just going out into the battlefield and, you know, tackling your components. It takes more strength to surrender than to just, you know, to have that outwardness, because we're programmed to be in the battle mode. I might have to stop this. The neighbor has a really, really loud car. Okay, it's not that bad. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Aries. Okay, so Spirit, what does Aries need to know at this time in their lives? So here we go. So this is about walking away. You know, it's time to walk away from the people, places, and things that are suppressing us, that are depleting us, and to understand that we are warriors, and that our warrior energy is to not be wasted on battles that we've already won. You know, we've already been through so many battles inwardly. Like, we're constantly in these processing and we are doing all this work, inwardness, and then those people that are around us, if they're not doing the work and they're not on our level, then we have to walk away from them. Because if we don't, we're going to continue to have to not only battle within our mind, we're going to have to take on the battle that the energy that we connect with the other person. You know, here we go. This is about addiction. And so as you can see, like this guy's hiding and he doesn't want to look at the light, and they're just completely fearful. Here we go. Perfect. This is the warrior energy right here. And so it's like, how much energy do you want to invest in this conflict? How much do you want to put in? If it continues to be the same outcome, it's time to just, you know, surrender and start tending to your own wounds, and stop being, you know, being that person who, like, I'm envisioning like this battlefield, and like all these people are like dead on the battlefield, and you know, you're still walking and you're still alive, but it's like, you know, what can you do? Like, you can't do anything about what's happened. You have to just continue to move forward. You know, here we go, another warrior energy. You know, this is all about cutting away, clearing out, and just doing away with it. And then this is what I was speaking of, is the destruction. You know, it's the crumbling. And this has to happen. It has to happen. You know, because you can only bear so much weight. We're going to be taking on so much more, that all these different energies that are coming in are going to be completely different, and different experiences and different lessons. So we have to clear away the old experiences and the old energies and start welcoming new, because we're preparing for something. We're preparing for something much larger, and we have to strengthen ourselves, and we have to do this by taking on new experiences, because that's just the way it is, you know, like, this is life. We're constantly changing, we're constantly evolving, and letting go is part of the process. Okay, so now we're gonna do a quick read for Taurus. Spirit, what does Taurus need to know at this time? So we're going to be entering into Taurus season soon, which is nice. Lots of focus on the money. Taurus. Here we go. More strength. Okay, wow, we're keeping with the theme of the warrior. So here's the Emperor. And so the Emperor is the warrior, and he is, you know, he's the top rank. You know, he's the veteran warrior, and he's worked very hard to protect the things that he loves. And he's very accomplished, and you received the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is very much more in the heart center, and more in tune with their emotions. And then the Strength, so this is taming, you know, different beliefs, different habits, anything that is, you got to start taming the mind and the emotions and the anger and anything that's suppressing you or keeping you bogged down. And it's like you feel like it's interesting because it's like an inwardness and an outwardness. So it's like you just stirring it inside, and then it's like outward, and then you're just like, you know, projecting and deflecting and rejecting. And there's like all of these energies that are just like all around, but it's balancing both of them. It's balancing and taming the inwardness, and then being able to extend that outward, so that way it's more, the outwardness is more supportive of the energy that you're trying to create. And the energy that you're trying to create is more of happiness, contentment, you know, celebration, emotional harmony, you know, being in harmony and being calm and relaxed and at ease. And you can see the Emperor, you know, he's sitting back in his throne, and he's looking upon his children, and he's sitting there like with a gratification and this strong and this strength. So you have everything, you know, your intuition's speaking to you, and that's with the King of Cups. You know, he's very, she, very telepathic and in tune with the spiritual world. And so there, you have access to this information, and you're being guided in a certain direction, but it's about listening. It's about taming the fears and starting to look towards the future. One more card for Taurus, please. And there we go. So this is about the future. This is about what you want to build. The 10s. So this is you've worked from 1 and all the way to 10, and you've been building one step at a time, one brick at a time, and moving through your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, the process of moving through those aspects. And so now you're, you know, it's important that you balance the heart and the mind, and that you are, you know, still remaining in like more of a heart space. You know, you want to keep it warm. You want to keep your thoughts in the envisionment, as opposed to what has been the previous experience. You want to keep it focused, just like this, the Emperor is. You know, he's looking at what he's created, and he's, you know, reminiscing and processing everything that he's been through, and like all the battles that it took to get to this point, you know. And then with the King of Swords, he's very much about his mind. He's about logic, and he, you know, spends a lot of time preparing and making a plan. So, you know, if that's where you're at in the process of, you know, preparing for your future, make sure that you're doing it with a heart center. With your heart centered and your emotions balanced, because you can't have, you know, this energy if you're very much too much in this is cold and very mind oriented, whereas this energy is very much heart. I'm going to end this video with the Taurus reading, and I'm going to start recording individual readings. So Aries and Taurus, I hope you found this reading helpful. If so, please comment. And if you're interested in booking a personal reading, you can find my information in the description. Much love. Bye-bye.